Bros Productions is proud to present Kansas City Jets High School Travel Hockey. Kansas City Jets Hockey is brought to you by Bicklemeyer Meats, the Bortnick Law Firm, Edward Jones Investments, Gladstone Automotive Group, Goodwin Homeworks, Jeremy Franklin Automotive, the Kansas City Ice Center, Kansas Financial Resources, KC Ice, Minding the Gap, Myers Brothers, Packer Fastener, the Midwest High School Hockey League, and Beck Bros Productions. Now, Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome out to Sioux City, Iowa. Joel Becker and Gary Scabona. Kansas City Jets hockey as the Jets getting set to take on the Sioux City Metros in the varsity contest. And it could be an interesting game here. Where it's going to be a good measuring test to see how this Jets team fares up against a very good varsity team.
Absolutely. Yeah, this will be a challenge for both teams.
Well, I had a chance to talk with Gary Scabona. Gary Emmons.
I was going to say, you talk to me all the time.
Before the game, it's our coach's conversation. Right now, we are there. As you can see on the ice, they're doing the starting lineups here. And so we're going to step aside, talk to our coach for the coach's conversation. And then by the time we get back, hopefully we should be ready to go for the drop of the puck in the first period of play. So this, I probably should preface this by saying that we did actually record this conversation. A lot of times when you do these before the varsity game, we've recorded it before the JV game, but today we didn't do that. We did that in between. So he already knew what happened in the JV game when we had this conversation. So here's Coach, and we'll be back with the opening face-off coming up in just a bit. It's the coach's conversation. Joel Becker talking with Kansas City Jets head coach Gary Emmons as we move into this 2024-25 season as the defending champs, and tough way to start the season up here in Sioux City against a good Metros team.
Yeah, and that JV team that they put out there was pretty good. They're big, they're physical, and we're young, so it's something to learn from. Obviously, they dominated us, but it's only game one of 32. So
well, I was actually referring to the fact that their varsity game is going to be pretty good, and so it's a tough start for our varsity squad.
Sioux City's always really good. I mean, every time you play them, we get the best game. One of the best weekends of the year is the Sioux City weekends. Unfortunately, it's only this weekend this year because we're in a different division. But they'll be ready, and I hope we're ready.
Well, and that was one of the things that we talked about a little bit in the JV squad, this move to the Central Division. And I don't know if you remember years ago when we played like Waterloo the first week of the season and then didn't play them again until the finals. Right. That can be that's something that could happen this year.
Well, sure it could. I mean, Sioux City is going to be one of the top teams. I know they are every year, so this will be a really good test for us to see where we're at right out of the gate. Well, it's kind of good. I'd rather play them now than in January or whatever, because you know what? They'll see us now, then they won't see us again, and likewise, we won't see them again. So if we meet at the end of the year, let's do it.
So what are you looking at as far as this game? What are you going to be keeping your eyes open for?
What kind of shape we're in? Are we in good enough shape to stay with them? Because I know they're going to be in good shape. They practice 4 or 5 times a week. We don't have that luxury, but so we've played 8, 9, whatever preseason games, and we haven't really been together for any of them because of homecomings and whatnot and stuff like that. So I just want to see how we play together. We got 9 forwards. We're going to roll 3 lines. I want to see high energy. I want to see very, very simple hockey. Especially the first 5, 7 to 10 minutes of the first period. If we start dipsy-doodling and being fancy in the neutral zone, the puck's going to end up in our net. So we're going to get the red line. We're going to get it deep. We're going to put a forecheck on them. We're going to pressure their D as much as we can.
All right, well, it should be interesting, although I can say I know what kind of shape we're in. Round.
Ooh.
That's the kind of shape we're in.
That ain't no lie, Jim.
All right, well, it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll acquit ourselves well starting off this season.
We're going to find out, hopefully. Yep.
All right, awesome. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Gary Emmons. I'm Joel Becker, and this is the Jets Hockey Network. We are back live now at the IBP Ice Center in Sioux City, Iowa. Joel Becker along with Gary, affectionately known as Homer Scavona, for today's game against the Metros. The team's getting set to go for the first period of play. So we'll see how things go here. On the varsity side of things, they do have the advantage of having a little time between when they got off the bus and when these teams are getting on the ice. Starting the season on the road is always interesting, though, having to kind of start away from the friendly confines, although all of our preseason games are on the road as well, so not exactly a big difference there. So we're going to see Dane Kaufman's line starting things off here. Zach Pedersen in the goal to our right for the Jets. Cameron Patrick over on the other side as the puck quickly goes out of play for a quick stoppage in play just 7 seconds in.
Somebody got a brand new puck. Some kid got a brand new puck.
Souvenir. See, when that happens in our side, they keep it because it's got logos on it.
So does theirs. That's why they're keeping it.
I was going to say. So obviously they're hoping for a better start. 4-man referee system here on the varsity side of things.
I wonder if they think this opening weekend is important for both teams.
I guess so.
For officials.
And off the faceoff, puck comes right in front. The shot there by Brody Lee, but goes wide of the net. Metros couldn't get it out for at least on the first try. Lemke kept it in for a moment, then it comes out to center ice. Jets tag up. Back forward his own zone is Dirk Schneider. He'll play it up ahead on left wing, now toward the middle as it goes off of a Jet stick and goes behind the Jets net. Back for it is Makowitz. He'll play it on the near side boards. There's an early penalty coming up on the Metros.
On the Metros, yep.
Makowitz in the corner. And the Jets will see if they can't get a little bit of odd man hockey here on the delayed penalty. As Kaufman trying to work in a shot right on, glove save by Patrick as Kaufman was taken into the boards, and now the Jets are going to go on an early power play. So it appears.
Is it Dolman, 86? Look, no, it might be.
I thought it was 66.
Yeah,
but I don't
65, Penny.
Okay.
Yeah, 65, Penny.
So there you go. So Jackson Penny will go off. And the Jets have an early power play. That can be tough to do as Harrison Ibis plays it back out to the point. He'll send it across. That was probably an ill-advised pass. It was intercepted and coming back the other way, trying to get a step as Hedquist. Puck goes on net, and Pedersen will cover up. Jets defending champions of the Midwest High School Hockey League, and Zach Pedersen had himself a whale of a tournament last year.
He did, absolutely.
Opening to kind of...
Actually, whale of a year. These two goalies were the top two goalies in the league last year. Pedersen beaten out to Patrick by just... tenths of points to be the #1 goalie in the league in the save percentage. So, yeah, this is going to be these two will be one of the top two goalies in the league again this year.
Minute 25 left to go in the man advantage for the Jets. Out of the net, Patrick behind the net, tried to play it off the boards, couldn't get it out though. Kept it to the point by Whitrock as he is playing a point position here on the power play.
Yeah, Emmer's trying that with him.
Lobaugh sent it down low, then it comes back out for Goodwin.
Yeah, you notice we have multiple forwards playing, not multiple, but a couple. We got Goodwin is a defenseman this year. He moved back, and so did Arnold move back on the varsity side. So we've got a couple forwards that are playing.
Lobaugh trying to work in. Still a power play here for the Jets as the Metros ring it around the boards and down the ice. 40 seconds to go in the man advantage. Bloom with the puck behind his net as the Jets look to break out and set things up on the power play. That was a ill-advised pass too far ahead of Jack Deaver.
By Bloom, yeah. If you notice in our defensive squad, I think Bloom and I don't think Russ's is primary grew up as a youth playing defense. Everybody else was a forward at one time.
Converted
defenseman, yeah. Starting with Makowitz his freshman year.
10 seconds to go in the power play. Bloom sends it down low. Deaver trying to get to it, but comes back out to the point. Bloom held it in. Comes back for Ignachev. Then it was poked away there from Eklund. Puck is loose, comes back out. Ignachev, a shot that was stopped in the defense. Penalty is over. Jets 0 for 1 on the power play. They did get a couple of opportunities at least.
Yeah. One, they only showing one on the scoreboard.
One shot, but that doesn't mean they didn't have more opportunities. And here's Krugel.
And actually, the one shot came right before the penalty.
Yeah.
That was Kaufman's shot.
Puck in the corner. Krugel plays it back to the point. It's shot by Elam. That never got through. Then the rebound shot also was stopped at the defense by Landon Arnold. So, you know, it's tough. We've talked about this in the past, the idea that when you get an early power play like that, it can either be a tough thing because you really haven't got your legs yet in the game, or it can sometimes really help you get going.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And the puck goes into the Jets' end. You can also get momentum from killing off a penalty early on. We'll see if the Metros do. As the Jets dump it in, goes off the end boards and right in front. Patrick will cover up on it and get a face-off. We've played 4:02 here of the first period, scoreless. Jets have had pretty much all the opportunities with the man advantage earlier on.
Right, yeah.
So we're going to see the Kaufman line back out with Lemke and Brody Lee. The puck right at the side of the crease there for just a second.
Great save by Patrick. I mean, Lemke made a nice shot. Patrick made a nice save.
Puck still in the Metros' end. Behind the net, Penny trying to play it around. And they do break out to center ice. This one goes the length of the ice. It was touched by the goaltender. I think they'd waved off icing anyway.
Yeah.
And it goes into the corner, played out in front. Jets pick it off. Then they lost it in front. A shot and a save by Pedersen as Tegan Dolman had a pretty good look, but really didn't get much of a shot on goal. Shots are one apiece right now. Puck behind the net. Kaufman over there trying to work it free. The Metros do. Dolman got it back out to the point. That was knocked away from Penny. And the puck pops up in the air. Looked like for a moment it was knocked down by a high stick, but the Jets touched it anyway. And now here's Hope trying to work in. Hope plays it in the middle. And now a play again goes in the middle. They never did get a shot on goal.
No.
As that was a good setup, but maybe one too many passes as Fitch was over there. Now back the other way. Dirk Schneider with it, pinching in. He'll just toss it toward the net, steered into the corner by Pedersen. Rung around by Ignachev, picked off by the Metros in the near far corner. They play it right in front, but went right through the stick of the man in front. Now the puck in the near corner. And try and work it. Graham over there couldn't get a stick on it. Puck goes into the corner. Ignachev over there for the Jets. He got it ahead, and then Eklund will get it over to Lobaugh, and they'll work it into the Metros' end. Lobaugh back of the net, trying to fight off a check. Got it across. Ibis tried to center it. Nobody really there for the Jets.
I think he was trying to go off the goalie, to be honest.
Yeah, he might have been looking for a bank shot. I don't even know if it was off the goalie or maybe off a defenseman.
Yeah, he was trying for a banker.
Because there was really nowhere for him to go with it.
Yeah.
That one goes up over the glass and into the netting. So we'll get an offensive face-off here for the Jets. 11:01 left to go in the first period.
I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to outshoot Sioux City because two reasons. One, I won't say the second one.
Okay.
I won't say any of the reasons. I mean, they got two shots and they're only showing one. We got three all of a sudden. So I'm just saying.
Okay.
Remember, these two guys lost save percentage by,
You think they're already starting that in game one?
I'm going to not say anything.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I'm teasing.
Whitrock tried to play it in front. Puck still in the near corner. Krugel over there. Then Whitrock tried to play it in front again. That was knocked away, but it's kept in by Elam at the point. Metros take over. This is Sobanos. He works through center. Now into the zone 3-on-2. Briefly, a shot goes wide off the stick of Trosper. Now Sobanos again. Big kid.
Big boy. Big boy, yeah.
Played it right through the middle. That missed everybody in Deaver with it. He hit Krugel in the back of the leg as he tried to make the pass, and it comes back the other way. Dirk Schneider, that went off a stick and into the corner. Now puck is still loose in the Jets' end. It's
back door. And
they played it in front. Dirk Schneider was pinching in.
We got to be ready for that. That's the second time they've done it, and it's gone through Dirk Schneider's legs, actually.
Yeah, it was both times. It was poor pass. They handcuffed him both times.
Right, but if they don't handcuff him, he's going to have a shot right there.
And there's a shot on goal.
You know what I mean? So
by the captain Hedquist, and that was scooped up by Pettersson. He'll hang on for a faceoff. 9:34 to go here in the first period. Still scoreless. Shots according to the scoreboard are 3-2. Off the face-off. Krugel line out. Makowitz back in the net, trying to poke the puck away. Comes up the near side boards. Comes loose. And Dolman had it for a minute. Then a shot from near the side of the net, handled by Pettersson, and he will hang on. Evens up the shots at 3 apiece. So Jets don't want to get sloppy in their own zone.
No.
See whether they can break this one out. Makowitz along with Ignatieff on defense. And again, that was probably an ill-advised tip in front there
by Brody. I mean, right idea, just not strong enough to get it past Sioux City's strong defense.
Well, and it's also just not a. I mean, again, that's a dangerous play.
Right. Yeah. Uh-oh, they got an odd man.
Hedquist trying to work in. He left it for Dolman. That was picked off. And here's Makowitz. Oh, he tried to leave it for
Kaufman.
For Kaufman in the zone, and he was. I think he just didn't anticipate the pass. Now back the other way, the Metros. Lee takes his man into the corner. 8.5 to go here, halfway through the first period. Puck comes out to center ice, and Penny over there. He'll play it into the zone. Dirk Schneider. He'll just dump it into the corner as the Metros are changing behind the play. And now back the other way, Eklund. He sent it rink wide, nobody really there. Ibis was in the general vicinity, but he can catch the pass. Now coming back the other way, a shot that hit a stick or something, ended up going high and wide. Dirk Schneider kept it in. That goes off the stick and Elam and wide of the net. They'll play it back out left point. Long shot Sobanos. That was off the stick, but I think it was going wide anyway. And it was taken away from Sobanos, and Ibis with some speed trying to work through the middle. He works in on goal. A shot. Patrick the save as he just got a shoulder on that one. And now we get a whistle. And a face-off coming up. One of the better chances of the game there for Harrison Ibis.
What's the whistle for?
I don't know. They're talking. The officials talking with the linesman about something. Maybe they thought the puck went out of play or something. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. Never.
Well, we could ask him after the game's over.
Yeah, there you go. What was that? And the 7:45 mark of the first period. What was that whistle for?
Shots even 4 apiece. Bloom with the puck from the point. A shot right on. And boy, Ibis was right in front looking for a redirect. Couldn't get a stick on it and ended up being a stick save for Patrick. On the Jets' 5th shot of the game. 7.5 minutes to go first period. Still no score. Loba tried to work in front. He was forced behind the net, now to the near side. He's been hooked a bit. Plays it back to the point. Bloom, a long wrist shot. That was easily steered aside by Patrick, but it was loose in the back of the net for a moment. Now Bloom again trying to hold it in along the left point, but it's played out to center ice. Goodwin sends it across. Ibis will dump it in, head to the bench for a change. Metros look to break out to center. That was poked away and in front.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's 2 there.
Loba was there. He tried to get it to Eklund.
That was a nice pass.
Yeah.
Eklund just did a great defensive play by Sioux City. I don't know who it was, Graham or whoever it was, but it was a good play.
Metros changing up players
blew
again.
Right off Eklund's stick. Okay, right.
Yeah, he was able to poke it out to center. Then it comes along the near boards and Krugel there. Thompson Krugel just dump it in cross corner. Back of the net, ringed around to the near side boards. Looking for Fitch. He was taken down by Krugel.
We're going to get a tripping penalty.
There's going to be a penalty.
That's going to be a trip on Krugel.
Calling it a slash.
All right.
But it has the same effect as for the first time this season. The Jets will be killing a penalty. So Thompson Krugel off for slashing. 6:27 to go. Puck is dropped. And the Jets and Makowitz able to play it off the glass and out to center. Now shorthanded, trying to work in Lemke. He has a man in front, Kaufman, but he decided to shoot it.
That should have been a pass, bud.
He did have Kaufman right over there, but
oh, that's a slash from behind and the push from the back.
Well, in the meantime, good check there for so puck back of the net as the Metros look to break out and set things up on the power play, which has 1 minute and 20 left to go in it. Weaving through the zone, into the zone, Dirk Schneider. He'll pull up in the near corner. Played all the way across to the right point for Graham. Noah Graham now in the middle. Hedquist sends it on the half boards. Dirk Schneider. That puck on the shot attempt hit a leg. Goes all the way across to the near side boards, and the Jets were able to get it out to center ice. Good defensive play by Lemke there. Hedquist will leave it for Dirk Schneider, who skates through the middle of the ice. With 5:15 to go in the first period, scoreless game. Power play for 45 seconds for the Metros. They play it out right point for Hedquist. He tried to wind up for a minute, then thought better of it. Got it in the middle, and then the shot goes wide off the stick of Fitch. Off the end boards, but the Metros do keep it in. Half a minute to go in the power play. It's Fitch again in the near corner. He'll just play at half boards. Hedquist played it back to the point, took a big hit. That was Hedquist, I should say, that kept it in at the point. The guy who took the big hit was Ownby.
Which one?
Now Fitch, I think only one of them plays varsity. And a nice defensive play there by Brody Lee, who plays at the rest length of the ice, and that's going to do it for Krugel's penalty. The Jets and the Metros both have killed off a penalty here in the first period. Each team 0 for 1 on the power play. Puck comes out to center ice. Deaver was able to slow it up, but then here's Deck with the puck, and Deck trying to center it in front, bouncing puck, and the Metros unable to handle it, and back the other way. Once again, Krugel. Thompson will play it into the far corner. Tried to center it, that hit a leg, never did get through. Herman over there along the boards, along with Deaver for the Jets. Now 4 players fighting for it. It's get kicked back to the right point. Cross for Elam on the left side. He'll send it down low. Picked up there by Penny. He plays it on the far side, and
nice
the Jets,
play by Arnold.
They say that he came out to center ice.
All right, close.
Oh, well, linesman was right on the line, made the call. Shot 6-4 in favor of the Jets with 3:36 to go here in this first period. Scoreless game. You can't say that's a surprise with these two goaltenders.
No. This is going to be most likely a 1-0 or 2-1 game, Joe, I think.
Shades of the old Jets Capitals games, if you remember.
Yeah, years ago, when Andy was the coach, defensive minded.
And the puck back in the net. Boy, Patrick was out of the net for a moment there, but the Jets couldn't really take over. And now coming back the other way, an odd man rush possibly coming up here. Good speed, trying to work in on goal, and a pass across never did get through, as Graham was over there wide open for a possible backdoor attempt, but the pass eluded him. Now it's back of the Jets net as they try and work it free. 3 minutes left to go. And the Metros do get it, comes back out, and the shot, a save after Jonathan Hope makes the shot off the blocker of Pettersson. Comes back into the Metros end. Low ball ran into a player down there. It's picked up, though, by another Metro defenseman, and they will break out to, well, actually, they were about to break out to center, but it went off of Graham sticking back in, and now it goes out of play.
Tried to go a little fancy with that between the leg, get it out of the zone, and kind of backfired on him a little bit.
I was going to say, it was a good play by him. It was really, it was the intended receiver, Noah Graham, who had it pop off his stick and stayed in the zone. Sure, he was like, get with the program, right?
Yeah. Come on, you know I'm fancy.
2.5 minutes to go here in the first. Knocked down by Kaufman, and Makowitz a long shot. That was handled easily as Patrick saw it the whole way. And we'll get a face-off. 7-5 the shots on goal here in this first period in favor of the Jets.
It's a battle, Joe. It's a battle.
Kaufman line out there with Makowitz and Ignatchev. And Iggy with the puck, a shot.
Ooh, just
and he
wide.
put it just wide of the goal. Got a pretty good amount on that wrist shot.
Yeah, he did. He got a little bit on that.
Taken by Dirk Schneider behind the net for the Metros. He'll play it up the near side boards. Hedquist over there. Makowitz pinches in, but it's taken by Dirk Schneider again, who gets it out. Ignatchev dumps it back in. Jets were offside for a moment, but they tag up. 2 minutes to go in the period. Round near side Hedquist. He just let it go out, and it goes off of Makowitz and out to center ice. Fitch fell down. Puck goes into the corner, though.
I think Finch was looking for something, but
he thought he
thought he got tripped.
But nobody was there.
Right, yeah.
If he did get tripped, it was by a sniper from the fans.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Here's Makowitz. Delayed offsides again. Jets tag up. But that allows the Metros, and Dirk Schneider will send it across to Sabanos. And now Sabanos again.
That's going to be a trip.
It wasn't.
No, they called it right.
Well, yeah, he fell down before Makowitz even touched him. Boy, those are two big guys. Now we are going to get a penalty. Another slashing call.
On Sioux, on us?
It looks like it's Kaufman. Well, I tell you what, Makowitz and Sabanos could definitely... they're two big kids, aren't they?
The coincidentals?
No, it's just Kaufman who got the penalty. Slashing the call, and so with 1:16 to go in the period, the Jets will be going to kill a penalty again. Metro's 0 for 1 on the power play so far. Dolman is way in on the circle. They allowed him to get away with it. He gets the puck, goes down low, but it was knocked away from Fitch. And now it's Ibis, shorthanded, one man back. Now it's going to be 2-on-2. Plays it in the middle, and Whitrock, a shot right on, saved by Patrick. Didn't have a whole lot of the net to shoot at as he got on his backhand, but still a good shorthanded opportunity for Kansas City.
Almost could have dumped it back to Ibis to see what happened, you know.
1:01 to go in the period. Offensive faceoff for the shorthanded Jets. Whitrock plays it back, and the shot, blocker saved by Patrick, and he catches it out of midair after a good shot by Aiden Goodwin from the point. Jets going to change up their defense for the last 57.9 seconds of the period. Obviously, the Jets hoping this penalty will carry over to next period.
Yeah.
Metros, overskated. Ibis almost had another opportunity. Hedquist does get it in. Dolman sends it across. They play it down low. That was picked off, though. Whitrock sends it ahead.
Just
Ibis,
a tad
too far ahead. And then Patrick, boy, he backhanded that, and if
you know, he did that at the in the preseason for us, and he almost gave up a goal the same way. He came out and got the puck and fumbled it, and we had a great scoring opportunity and just didn't do it.
That was close. Ibis sends this the length of the ice after a good defensive play. 20 seconds to go in the period. Hedquist back of his net. Probably time for one more rush for the Metros here. A steal in front, and the puck is loose. Lemke, and he gets tied up with a Metro player. Never could get a stick on the puck. 3 seconds left, trying to work in Dolman. He is down low, and the clock ends. The buzzer sounds before he has a chance to do any kind of a offensive play. So the first period goes scoreless. 17 minutes of hockey in the books here from the IBP Ice Center in Sioux City. Jets and Metros are scoreless. We'll take a break, come back for the intermission after this on Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Woohoo! Jeremy Franklin here from Jeremy Franklin Automotive. This week, everyone's talking about my sale. Why? Down payments are just $2. Woohoo! Trade-ins, I'll pay up to $4,950 over appraised value, even if you owe too much. Woohoo! Why am I doing this? Because it's summer, I'm excited about life, and you should be too. Woohoo! Now let's all say it together. Woo-hoo! It's my most outrageous sale ever, but only for a limited time. Call today, come in today, whatever you do, don't delay, because today's the day. Woo-hoo! Is your credit PU? You'll scream woohoo when we approve you. My one and only for the people credit approval process is the real deal. Woo-hoo. So get a nicer, newer car for just $2 down. And bring in your old clunker and get up to $4,950 more than what it's worth. Woo-hoo. This month only for the first 71 customers. I'm Jeremy Franklin. Come see us at Jeremy Franklin Automotive, South Kansas City. Call 816-523-6900 or jeremyfranklin.com. jeremyfranklin.com will you always be another satisfied customer.
Call 816-595-9000 for terms and conditions.
How you doing? Richie the Iceman Zamboni here for Kansas City Ice Center. You know, my mother always told me, Iceman, there are 3 things every kid should know. How to ride a bike, how to make mac and cheese and not interrupt my soap opera, and how to ice skate. Well, the Iceman can't help you with your culinary difficulties with your children, but Kansas City Ice Center can sure get you going with those ice skating lessons. Send your kids to Kansas City Ice Center and they'll be skating like they grew up in Alaska in no time. Kansas City Ice Center on Johnson Drive between 435 and K7 is setting up group lessons now for kids of all ages. And when kids are skating, they ain't getting into no trouble. They're having a good time and they're making new friends. Kansas City Ice Center on Johnson Drive between 435 and K7 and online at kcicecenter.com. Put your kids on ice at Kansas City Ice Center. It's cool.
I've been in a lot of locker rooms over the years, and you want to know who has the biggest nuts in town? Packer Fastener. I'm talking nuts, bolts, screws, everything commercial contractors and fabricators need, Packer Fastener has it. With the fastest growing threaded fastener inventory in the Kansas City area and more. Tools, safety supplies, abrasives, you name it. Plus, they ship anywhere in the U.S. with hella speed and accuracy. So don't get caught with your pants down. Get the job supplies you need when you need them. Shop PackerFastener.com. This Jets webcast is brought to you in part by Bicklemeyer Meats, Edward Jones Investments, Gladstone Automotive Group, Goodwin Homeworks, KC Ice, Kansas Financial Resources, Myers Brothers, and Minding the Gap. Each week in public schools, Minding the Gap volunteers mentor children, host a Bible club, and encourage teachers so that children become better readers today and discover hope for tomorrow. Thanks to all the sponsors and supporters of Kansas City Jets hockey.
Welcome back out to the IBP Ice Center here in Sioux City, Iowa. Joel Becker and Gary Scabona here on Kansas City Jets hockey. Jets and Metros from Sioux City knotted up scoreless after one period of play. Shots on goal in that first period, at least according to the scoreboard, 9-5 in favor of the Jets. As we mentioned a little bit earlier, these same 2 teams at it again tomorrow, 9:30 and 11:30 for JV and then varsity. The Jets spend the next week at home as Quad City, the Blues, come to town at Kansas City Ice Center. Then it's off to Mason City on November 9th and 10th for Kansas City. Then they are back at home for Bogie on the 16th, and back out to the road as we're in Des Moines for the 23rd and 24th. And then Thanksgiving weekend, it's the, I should say the Capitals that we play on the 23rd and the 30th and 1st. It'll be the Oak Leafs. So it's back and forth pretty much for the first month or so of the season. 5 weeks of the season for Kansas City. And of course, those games against the Capitals and Oak Leafs are now divisional games for Kansas City. I wish I could say that I've got lots of highlights to play for you for this first period, but that is not in fact the case, as neither team found the back of the net in that first period of play. So I don't really have any highlights to show you. Like I said, all I can say is that the Jets ended up with the edge in shots on goal 9-5, but they do have 44 seconds left of a penalty to kill when the second period starts, as Dane Kaufman stays in the box on his slashing call. Both teams 0 for 1 in the first period on the power play. All right, so while we are waiting for the Zamboni to make its rounds, I'll give you a Heartland memory from David Lewis. This one is called Baby. So we'll take a story break for you here, and then probably wrap things up for the second period intermission when we come back here on Kansas City Jets Hockey, here on the Jets Hockey Network.
Hello, I'm David R. Lewis. Welcome to Heartland Memories here at Theater of the Mind. This memory is around 40 years old and no bull. Well, actually, that's not true. It is bull. Sort of. You'll see. Leslie Hallcraft smiled at me as he reached over the top rail of a board fence and scratched the back of an immense Charolais bull. "It's his baby," he beamed. "He's just as sweet as he can be, yes he is." Les was my landlord. In the outback of the Ozarks, Laura and I had rented a 2-bedroom rock house from Les and his wife, complete with a barn and paddock for some pigs, a spring-fed catfish pond, and access to 600 acres of trees to cut wood for the furnace in the house. Les was a nice man, a converted northerner who drove an International Harvester pickup truck and swatted wasps the way mere mortals swat mosquitoes, often sustaining 24 stings a day. He was introducing me to his prize bull, a bull nearly as expensive as an aircraft carrier, a bull he loved more than his children, a bull he'd installed in a pasture completely surrounding the barn and paddock where I kept pigs, a bull that was now going to be between me and where I needed to go several times a day. My mouth went dry. "You can see how gentle my little baby is," he said, easing through the stile and into the pasture. I followed warily behind, mentally constructing my last will and testament. The bull, only slightly smaller than a 56-passenger school bus, sidled up to him to get his ribs scratched. "This precious boy wouldn't hurt a flea," Les continued, clawing away at the animal's hide as if trying to dig through a dusty carpet. He eyed the small barn 60 yards out into the pasture. "You just come and go as you please. Baby'll leave you alone, won't you, baby?" The bull shifted his massive weight in pleasure from the scratching and fixed me with a baleful eye. I could clearly see the visions of my torn and bleeding body that danced in his twisted imagination. Over the years, I've been knocked down by bulls, knocked around by bulls, stepped on by bulls, thrown over fences by bulls, and slammed into walls by bulls. I have been covered in bull sweat, bull spit, bull snot, and well, you get the idea. Bulls are immense, straight-ahead, single-minded, powerful creatures. Because I am a Taurus, I admire them. Because I am sane, I'm scared of them. Baby may have been all sweetness and light to Les Hallcraft, but to me, he was just another chunk of fear, a clear and present danger, and he was in a pasture that I had to pass through at least 3 times every 24 hours. Like the dog owner explaining how little Fido would never bite anyone as the crazed canine has his fangs in your fetlock, Les seemed totally unaware of my feeble protests about having his bull in the way. He actually seemed rather pleased that I was going to get an opportunity to become personally acquainted with Baby, that I would soon come to love the dear bovine as much as he did. Baby would only be there for 10 days or so while Les and his wife went to California on vacation. The hired man would take care of everything at the big farm while they were gone, but he'd brought the bull back to the old home place so I could check on him every day. He just didn't know what he'd do if anything happened to Baby. Since I had to go into the barn in that pasture regularly, and since the pasture was just 50 feet or so from the house, it would be no trouble at all for me to keep an eye on his beloved bull. He simply would not recognize the fact that his Charolais was a crazed killer waiting to grind out my life beneath cloven hooves the size of manhole covers. The next morning, I eased quietly out the back door. Baby was 70 yards away on the opposite side of the barn. I slipped through the stile, trotted to the rear of the small barn, lifted open the chest-high trap-style door, and wiggled my way inside. Safe. I was cleaning up the farrowing crate around a sow and a litter of pigs when I heard Laura drive away for a day of errands at a town 30 miles distant. For the next hour or so, I fussed around inside the barn, Baby still out front, on the opposite side of the structure from the house. All was well. Maybe Les was right. Maybe this was the one bull on the planet that did not have designs on my life. A quick duck out the back trap door, a jog to the fence, and I would be home free. I walked to the rear of the barn, swung the door open, and there stood the bull. He looked at me, lowered his 55-gallon head, and shook it from side to side. A 2-foot trail of mucus whipped out of his nose. Okay. I walked to the front of the barn and out into the fenced paddock. Baby was waiting, and he paced me as I walked the enclosure. Over the next 2 hours, we repeated that performance several times. The horrible truth began to dawn on me. I was trapped. With my wife gone for the day, there was no one around to even distract the bull while I made a getaway. Besides, I had business in the barn every day, livestock that depended on me. I paid the rent. The bull was the interloper, not me. I had a right to be there. Anger began to build in my fear-choked mind. The reptile portion of my brain started to writhe and shudder. No half-witted 2,000-pound walking hamburger patty was going to dictate my business to me. All the rage against all the bulls that had misused me in my life came to the forefront. Red-eyed and sweaty-toothed, I looked for a weapon. There, against the wall, leaned a 4-foot length of 2-inch plumbing pipe, a bludgeon of heroic proportions. Good. My Norse ancestry sang through my veins. I could almost hear the sound of cold steel striking cold steel on the shore of the misty isles. I felt the urge to scream, Odin, to the distant stars. Instead, clutching the piece of pipe, I boldly strode to the rear of the barn and opened the door. There he was, Baby the bull, waiting on me. He shook his head and issued a grumble similar to the sound of a toilet backing up. I ran to the front of the barn and out into the paddock. Sure enough, Baby came loping around the corner. Perfect. I ran back to the rear, then back to the front, then back to the rear, then back to the front, then back to the rear again, and stayed there. Baby, caught up in the game, headed back to the front. When I heard him go, I rolled out the chest-high door, pipe in hand, and took up my batter's stance at the edge of the barn. When the bull came barreling around the corner, I committed my soul to Thor, swung the pipe, and took him high and outside with a shot that would have gone downtown in Yankee Stadium. Baby dropped like a stone. Had I killed him, I would have been homeless and owed Les Hallcraft more money than I made in 5 years. But I didn't. I thought I did. For a while, Baby lay there for nearly 2 hours before he got to his feet and wobbled off. Several days later, Les pulled up, freshly back from California, as I was walking from the barn to the house. Baby, again all sweetness and light, scampered up to greet him. As I approached, however, the bull backed off 20 feet or so and calmly waited. Well, that's strange, Les said. He just moved away from you. Well, he's been like that since the day after you left, I said. Oh, maybe he thinks you don't like him, Hallcraft mused. Controlling my grin, I replied, I wonder what could have given him that idea. That's how it seems to me. I'm David R. Lewis. Thanks for visiting a Heartland memory here on Theater of the Mind.
Welcome back out to the IBP Ice Center. Joel Becker, Gary Scabona. We are in the second period intermission in this scoreless game between the Jets and the Sioux City Metros, awaiting the teams to get back on the ice. Gary Scabona is here.
Yeah.
And
so, Joe, what happened? Under the new system, it wasn't like the old way. There's 3 choices. One is it's a minor, a major,
you're talking about
or something.
Back in the earlier when we had a 2 and a 10
right,
in the JV game.
So she clicked. She knew, then as he said elbow, she clicked on that, and then he said 10 minutes, she clicked on that. There's 3 different choices.
Right.
I had her change that major to a minor because otherwise Jason's going to come in and say, hey, that's a game misconduct.
Right. Why isn't he sitting out the, or whatever? Because there is no such thing as a major without a game anymore.
But it's just the way the system's set up. It's not like before you said misconduct. It should have been.
Right.
It should have been misconduct 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Not I don't know if it was.
So it was one of those things because he definitely sat out that extra 10 minutes, so he had the penalty. But it does sound like it was a penalty that was not an automatic 2 and 10, and then he picked up a 10-minute for something else.
That's not what the referee told her.
Okay, so
He gave him a 10-minute for elbows.
there is no such thing as a 2 and a 10 for
doesn't
elbows.
mean the referee didn't make a mistake.
Well, that is possible,
or
too.
he recorded it to her wrong.
Yeah.
But either way,
I think he may have said something and she just missed it, like maybe head contact.
I'm going to say this right now.
So
Wilson Toit ain't saying anything going into the penalty box.
I was just going to say, it could very well be that he may have deserved something. So anyway, we are in the first intermission. I imagine the teams will be back out here pretty quick. We're going to take a break and come back with the second period coming up right after this on Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Hey, you'll get the...
What are you doing?
Learning how to go see.
That's hide and seek? I found you in 2 seconds. Get out of there. If you want to win this game, you got to do a lot better than that. Right? Come on. Get in. Hustle. Now that's the way you play the game.
When Reuben Baylor joins Marshal Marion Daniels to investigate an incident of theft and murder, Rube is plunged into a world of dark deeds and black hearts. With the help of an abused and courageous young woman, Rube, Marion, and Marshal Adris Thibodeau head south of the Missouri line into the hills and hollows of northern Arkansas and take on an entire clan to see that justice is done. Suspicion of outsiders and hate for the government abounds, and the Marshals are much farther from home than the miles they've traveled.
Payback Trail, part of the Trail series by David R. Lewis. Available as an ebook at Amazon.com, Smashwords, and iTunes, and as an e-audiobook at Audible.com.
Go get that donkey. Hey, you're going the wrong way. Come on. We got slaughtered at musical chairs. We practiced this at home a million times. We are losing. I can't believe I missed Pilates for this. Hitch your own ride home, Missy.
Welcome back out to the IBP Ice Center here in Sioux City. Joel Becker, Gary Scabona, Kansas City Jets Hockey. Jets and Sioux City Metro's scoreless after one period of play. Teams are making it back out on the ice, or hopefully they will. The referees are here. Got 4 of them. Dane Kaufman will start off the period in the box for another 44 seconds.
Right.
And shots 9-5 for the Jets in that first period. And
yeah, it was a good game, back and forth. We might have had 1 or 2 more quality shots than they had. I don't think Pedersen was super challenged in that period. Most of their shots were right there.
They had a few opportunities.
Right.
They
missed
actually
some back doors. Yes.
They kept not being able to capitalize on anything.
Right. I talked to Emmer about that.
Yeah, either bad passes or or the guy not being able to accept the pass or something to that effect. But
I think that one time, same you said, Joe. I think that one tick toe they might have want more. They probably want one more tick than they should have.
Yeah, I agree with that absolutely. On the other hand, the Jets, the closest they may have come to scoring was possibly on Ibis's shorthanded breakaway.
Whitrock, you mean?
Or was it?
Yeah, Whitrock went bad.
Yeah, I mean, between the two. Yeah. But that didn't end up, again, in the same situation where we really didn't make it work.
No, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we had another opportunity, and Brendan Lemke didn't make that pass over to Kaufman, so it's okay. First game, you'll learn. They'll see the ice. I think Emmer talked to him about that too. And he said, "You realize, Kaufman?" He goes, "Yeah, I know I should have passed." But, okay, next time we make the pass if we're in that same situation. It's going to be fun. This is going to be 2 or 34 minutes of battles.
So, Teams back on the ice. Dane Kaufman back in the box. Pedersen and Patrick back in net. The two teams switch sides for this second period of play. And we'll see how things go. Go at it again tomorrow at 9:30 and 11:30, respectively, for JV and varsity. Whitrock and Ibis out here shorthanded, killing the penalty for the Jets.
We'll be watching the Chiefs on the bus.
Long dump in by Ibis as we're down to 30 seconds left to go.
10 seconds.
Yeah. Did a good job of killing penalty time. Hedquist up the left boards, and Whitrock took it away from him. Then he pokes it away as well. Now shorthanded, trying to work in toward the middle. Whitrock around a man in on goal. And the last move was the one that he couldn't quite finish off.
He got a shot. He was trying to go 5-0. He went just a little wide.
Yeah, he really didn't get the shot. He tried to go forehand, backhand, and then he missed the backhand.
Right, yeah.
So down to 1 second, and Kaufman back on the ice. So the Jets have killed off the second penalty that they have faced this year so far. 10-5, the shots on goal. Boy, the puck went right through the crease there. Not sure Pedersen really knew where it was for the moment, but no shots on goal. And now the Metros do dump a long one in. Off the stick of Dirk Schneider, and Fitch with the puck. He just left it in the corner. Jets play it up the boards, and now out to center ice. Whitrock with it. Right wing pass for Ibis. Ibis a long shot. Blocker save. And it comes to the line, but not out. Then Lemke was hit. Dolman was able to get it out to center ice, then carried it back into his own zone. And the Metros will play it rink wide, and Fitch trying to work in. That was broken up by the Jets defense, and Brody Lee. He plays it down into the Metros end.
I brought my charger and didn't put it in, Joe.
Oh. You don't even need to put the charger in. There's a block there. You can just stick it into one of those slots if you want.
I could have done that, but that's okay. I brought it.
Well,
plus,
fine.
it's closer to me.
That's fine. You can just plug it in. Icing the call here against the Metros.
You can just plug it in, make it work. All right, here we go.
Okay. Face-off coming to the left of Cameron Patrick.
Let's give a big shout out to all the Jets families and friends that are listening to us today. First time this year.
And watching.
That's right. I keep saying I forget that we're a watcher.
It's usually the other way around. I always have to, when I'm doing radio stuff and I'm with somebody new, usually they have a problem. You know, they'll say, viewers or watch this or whatever, and I have to remind them.
No.
You know who actually did that like 3 or 4 times was Mark McGuire. Had asked him to do a promo for me one time. There was going to be an icing call against the Metros. I was actually in it was in New Orleans. It was a long time ago when he was a second-year player, and the A's were playing the Giants, San Francisco Giants, in a preseason game at the Superdome. And I was working for a radio station down there, and I went down and asked them if they would do a, hi, this is Mark McGuire.
Right.
Listen to the station that I'm on, or when I'm in New Orleans, I listen to this station. And he must have said watch 5 times. He was the nicest guy, by the way. He was very, very nice, but he just couldn't get it right.
Right, yeah. You're just listening.
Yes. Very Lil Abner-ish.
Yeah, there you go.
In that particular situation. He was very young, too.
Right.
Had just hit 49 home runs in his rookie season.
Nice.
And this was preseason for the second one.
Right. Smash Brothers, right?
That's right. Canseco didn't make the trip, by the way. All right, here's Dirk Schneider with the puck, trying to work in the middle. He was taken down. Puck went right through the crease. No call on the play. Lobaugh takes his man into the corner. That was Dolman. It comes back out to Dirk Schneider at the point. He'll send it down low. Dolman back in the net. He gives it to Fitch. He had it taken away. A good by the Jets and Lobaugh. And now Ibis. He sent it across. That was a surprise to Eklund, who was actually heading to the bench for a line change. He'll play it. Now comes back the other way. Hedquist in on goal. A shot that went off a stick and high over the net. Fitch fanned, and now Deaver got it out to center ice. Picked up by Ibis out there with Lobon Deaver. Cross for Deaver on his backhand. He'll move to the forehand, goes back in the net, tries to center one. That hit a stick and never got through. Comes back out to the point. Elam, he could not keep it in. And he'll have to retreat back for it into his own zone. Now it's sent across. This is Arnold with the puck. He tries to go coast to coast. He was knocked down. And side of the net, Patrick will cover up and wait for a whistle.
No call, no call?
Nope. Well, if there was a call, it was stop play.
That's right.
Frozen puck.
Goalie got the puck.
Shots 11-6 in favor of the Jets. There's no score. A little less than 5 minutes into the second period of play. Puck comes out to center ice. Elam over there. He had it taken away. And the Metros try and work in. A nice check over there.
They've had two.
On Shirkus.
Sioux City's had 2 power plays. Jets have had none.
No, they've had 1.
1, the first one, right?
Yeah. So Jets 0 for 1. The Metros 0 for 2. Puck goes into the corner. Krugel couldn't get there first. And it gets Whitrock over on the half boards, able to knock it down. Puck bouncing around over there as players fight for it. 5 players in the general vicinity. Comes back behind the net, and Penny plays it around. Penny was not able to get it out on the first effort, but now they do. Krugel comes over. Makowitz picks up the loose puck, and it's poked out to center ice by Ignachev. Hope's pass was knocked away by Deaver, but then it is loose. Penny ended up on top of the stick.
That's not a trip. That's not a trip. He's going for the puck.
Well, yeah, he ended up on...
They're calling knee now, way.
Oh, there is a player slow in getting up by the Metros, though.
Yeah, but it was going for the puck. It was just a... Oh, that's a trip. Oh, now. Where's the yelling on that one, fans? That was a trip.
Amazingly enough, they didn't share that opinion with you.
No, they thought that was a clean hit. Right?
Fitch on the left wing will try and work in.
I think the referees would have went nuts, and the fans would have went nuts if they blew the whistle on that one.
Yeah. Dumped in by Deaver. He was a little shy of the red line, and so they are going to call icing. The front linesman never noticed that the back linesman had his arm up for icing, and so the back linesman actually had to blow that dead. That was why it took a little while before he actually blew it dead, but it'll go as it was a good call. He was about 3 feet shy of the red line when he dumped it in.
I agree.
I don't know why though. I mean, he had the whole one step, and then it wasn't like he was being contested there.
Right. No, you're right.
Hedquist out for this draw with Kaufman. So they get number 1 lines out, or excuse me, that was Kaufman out there with Lemke and Lee. Puck dumped all the way back into the Metros end. Dirk Schneider on his horse trying to go back for it. He'll play it off the sideboards, but he gets over the glass and out of play. So the Jets will have an offensive faceoff here. With 10:59 left to go here in the second period. Still a scoreless game from the IBP Ice Center in Sioux City. Opening weekend of the Midwest High School Hockey League. Kaufman on the draw. Won it back to Lemke. As it turned out, he took it away from Hedquist. Bloom kept it in, but then he hit Hedquist and back the other way, trying to get a step in on goal. And Lee is going to get a penalty. A set pass to the side of the net. It's still loose. Delayed call. And then Sobanos' shot that missed everything. Dirk Schneider with the rebound. His shot on goal. Another save by.
The webcast is a little choppy.
Okay.
I don't know why. Yeah.
So we will finally get a touch-up, and Lee is going to go off for, I am guessing, as a hook. Yeah, the signal's a little bit less good than it was a few minutes ago. Maybe that'll help out a little bit.
All right, so this is not surprising in Sioux City, where we have more penalties than they.
Third power play opportunity for the Metros. Fitch on the draw. It's loose. Comes back to the point. Hedquist over there. He'll send it down into the far corner, I should say. And Whitrock ahead for Ibis.
Yeah, but
he's 1-on-2, so he's just going to rag the puck a little bit. Plays it on goal, and a pretty good cut. Ended up having to be a pretty good glove save by Cameron Patrick. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off. 16 seconds gone by, but an offensive face-off for the Jets. That's happened a couple times while they've been killing penalties.
Yeah.
10:36 to go in the second period. Little shy of the halfway point of the game. Dirk Schneider plays it back in his own zone for Hedquist. Now Graham with it. Rink wide for Dirk Schneider. He'll get to the red line and dump it in. Goes around to the near side. Up the boards. It's knocked down there. Graham with it. Played it back out to Hedquist. Now to Graham again. He'll play it into the near corner. Now works back at the Jets cage. Played it out to the side of the net. That was broken up. Good play by Makowitz. And then Whitrock sends it the length of the ice. Jets are going to change their forwards on the penalty kill with a minute left to go in Brody Lee's penalty.
Yeah, let him sit there.
Metro's looking to break out. Up ahead for Dirk Schneider. He was being challenged by Lemke and retreats back into his own zone. Goes off a stick, and then it's picked up by Makowitz trying to work ahead. Josh Makowitz played it to himself, but a little too far. Then he gets it back near the side of the net, and it goes into the corner. Makowitz, centered one. Nobody there for either team, and it comes all the way out to center ice. But Ignatiev there for the Jets will look for a lane and plays it down the ice. Rings all the way around to the far side, and Lemke there for Kansas City. 20 seconds to go in the power play for Sioux City, although right now it's the Jets have had the better opportunities during this penalty. Metros will break out, but again that goes off a stick and then or skate I should say. Ignatiev tried to play it ahead. That was broken up and tipped wide of the goal.
Even.
Picked up by Kaufman. He'll send it ahead Lemke, and then a lead pass and a breakaway opportunity in on goal. Deaver a shot and a big save by Patrick, who just got a piece of it, was able to fight it off. Best scoring chance of the season for the Jets so far.
Yeah.
The great pass to Deaver there.
Yeah.
Side of the net, Patrick will cover up. And glad hand from both sides, both for Deaver on the opportunity and for Patrick on the save.
Yeah.
Shots 13-8. We're exactly halfway through this game. 8:30 left to go, second period. Puck comes back. Arnold knocks it down. Try to get it toward the side boards. Looking for some help. Whitrock over there. And it squirts free, and the Metros play it, but not out. Whitrock over there. Plays it back of the net. Lobot trying to chase after for it into the corner. Comes up the near side boards. And they do get it out to center ice. Trosper trying to work in. Plays it toward the middle. That was knocked down, but then the puck comes loose. Jets play it out to center ice. Along the near side boards. Hedquist was hit. As he and Krugel fighting for it. It comes away to Whitrock, and he'll send it across. And then Elam will hit the red line and dump it in. Patrick couldn't stop it, but it comes to Pinney. He worked it ahead. They get it out to center. Ector. Ector with it. Now he left it on the right side. A shot right on. Save. They score. Zach Pedersen made the initial save, but gave up a rebound, and that was poked in as the Jets were not able to cover up defensively for the rebound. You can see this play as it was poked in, and the initial shot as the pass to the right, as Pedersen made that save, but he gave up the rebound, and nobody had picked up Ector. As that's Arnold, really, who...
The 28 score?
Yeah, 29, but yeah. So he swept it in with the backhand there. And we finally have a goal in this one. It's 1-0 for the Metros. On their 9th shot of the game. Now they come in again. A shot goes wide. So Ector gets the goal. Graham and I would imagine Bentley should get the assists. to make it a 1-0 game. Under 7 minutes to go. Another play in front. A good save by Pedersen. Puck back at the Jets' net. Goes into the corner. Loba able to come away with it. He'll work up the near side boards, and now we've got a penalty coming up.
Oh, he's going to call it on us again. Here we go.
Bloom's going to go off.
This is typical Sioux City. You know what? I thought it'd be different this year, but it's not.
Fitch was slow in getting up.
5 penalties on us, not one on them. The first one.
Yeah, it was the first relatively early, and since then we've actually had 4. But yeah.
You sure it's on our 5th?
I believe so.
Right.
So Bloom's going to get, I believe, is a roughing call. On the positive side, the Jets' penalty kill so far has looked very good. Hedquist's a shot right on.
You can't keep giving these guys penalty power plays. They're too good of a team.
Well, that one bounces in on goal, and Patrick had to be alert for that one. Called it hooking. Apparently on Bloom.
Close enough.
And so half a minute has gone by. Lemke over there trying to knock it away. Boy, that looked offsides. Jets ring it around. Dolman knocks it down to the left point. Now it comes loose in, and the shot comes from Dirk Schneider, who never did get through. It's poked back out to the point, though. Now here's Hedquist. He'll play it across. Tic-tac-toe passing, but no attempts. Then a redirect and a good save by Pedersen, who had to be alert there. Minute and 11 to go in the power play. That's their best power play opportunity of the game, clearly, during this one. Like you said, you give them too many times at the well.
Mike says choppiness is gone.
Well, that's good. Shots now 11-13. 13 shots for the Jets, but they trail it 1-0. Play up the near side boards. Dolman trying to keep it down. Whitrock couldn't get it out. Hedquist kept it in. Now it's still loose along the far board, or near boards, I should say. Dirk Schneider plays it in the middle, and now here's Hedquist again with it. He played it across, shot, score. That was a terrific one-timer by Dirk Schneider. He really got all of that one. Nothing that Pedersen could do. A power play goal makes it 2-0. We'll take a look. The Jets did have a couple of opportunities to get the puck out here, but they never really could. And eventually it comes loose. Dirk Schneider sent it across. Hedquist got it back, and then look at this. Wow, that was, I mean, again, look at it. It's a pass across the ice. This is hard to do, a one-timer like that. And boy, he roofed it off the water bottle. Power play goal makes it 2-0. So impressive for Dirk Schneider. Trosper trying to work in now for the Metros. So we're down to about 5 minutes left to go. So Dirk Schneider, Graham, and really Hedquist should have gotten an assist as well. Puck back of the net. Ibis is in front, but then Loba fell down and lost the puck. Trosper back the other way. Metros will work in along the sideboards. Comes back out to the
like
point.
I said, Joe, we
Center
can't keep playing a man down.
Well, I was just thinking that, you know, maybe the Jets will be able to get the goals when they get their 4 penalties.
Yeah,
to even things up.
I think it's more than 4.
You don't think that'll happen?
No. We're in Sioux City, man.
Saying 4 penalties to even things up.
I mean, it's of all the years I've been here, it's just totally consistent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really.
Well, I guess that's what you look for officials. Consistency.
Yeah.
Puck along the point. Ignatieff kept it in for a moment, but now the Metros work it out. Hedquist lost it. Whitrock back the other way, trying to work in. He's 1-on-3. He just plays it through the middle. Nobody there. And Deaver trying to poke the puck ahead. Under 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you. The new system don't really tell you. Oh, well.
Doesn't tell you what?
How many penalties we got.
Oh, well, you can count.
No, you can't. Where am I going to count on them?
Don't they have records of all the penalties?
No.
Oh.
It says play-by-play, but they're not there.
Oh.
It's just a...
Okay.
I can double check again. But.
Hedquist back in the net. Centers one. Oh, poked away from Dolman at the last second. Then Dirkschneider, another one-timer. That was blocked, though, by Krugel. In his lead pass, goes off a Deaver and into the
Internet's
design.
still got a 2-1.
So they don't have them up yet. Elam keeps it at the right point. Now comes out to center ice, and Brody Lee there. 3 minutes left to go.
4 penalties, but it is there.
Yeah. So they're 1 for 4.
Got to blow the whistle.
Yeah, Elam's helmet pops off on that check, and so they stop play. Should be a neutralized faceoff. 2:51 to go. Shots 13-12 still in favor of the Jets, but they trail it 2-0. Even strength and power play goal. For the Metros, both coming here in the second period. Kaufman after the puck off the faceoff. Dirkschneider got there first, rings it around far side. Graham and Loba fighting for it. And Kaufman goes down. Puck along the far boards. Comes loose to Lee. He couldn't get a stick on it, but comes back out, and a shot by Goodwin, but that never got through. Now comes back out near the point. Kaufman, he couldn't pull the trigger. Then Lee does. A shot right on, and Patrick the save.
Puck was loose.
Yeah, he was able to cover it up. They did blow the whistle. I think he had it long enough before it did come loose, at least in the opinion of the referee. 2:21 to go in the second period. Jets can't say they haven't had their chances so far this game. Kaufman line will stay out. Dane between Lee and Lemke. Bloom and Goodwin on the points. Puck goes into the corner. Graham over there for the Metros. He's being checked by Kaufman. Puck comes loose.
There's a trip. Jeez.
And puck along the far boards. Bloom kept it in for a moment, but then it bounces out to center ice. Lemke plays it up the boards. Bloom will dump it in. Lee trying to go after for it. Patrick out of the net, rings it around. It comes back, and a shot. Oh, redirected off the stick of a Metro player, but ended up going wide of the goal off that shot from Aiden Goodwin. Now it's picked up by the Metros, and they come back out 3-on-2 back the other way. Ector trying to work in. Long shot, glove save. And Pettersson will hang on with 97 seconds left to go in the second period. Well, goals, at least so far, seem to be at a premium for the Jets this weekend. They've only scored one, and that was in the JV game.
Yeah, late.
Yeah, and it was very late, too, when they were already losing 5-0. Ibis with the puck. He'll work up the near side boards. He was taken to the boards by Penny. Now the puck comes loose. Fitch did get it out to center ice. Jets had to wait for Ibis to get out of the zone, and now they will get it into the zone with 1:15 left to go. That one was played toward the net. Goes off the stick of Netley into the corner. He plays it up ahead, Hedquist.
Yeah, there's a lot of JV guys that are playing in this game.
Well, yeah. They have an older JV team on the Metros. Makowitz a shot, and again goes off of a stick of Netley and on goal, and Patrick will cover up. With 59.8 seconds left to go in the second period. Whitrock line comes on with Makowitz and Ignachev. Puck loose in the dot for just a moment. Goes to the sideboards. Comes back out toward the right point. Deaver couldn't get a shot on goal. Then Whitrock has it. Still Lane Whitrock with it. He gets it back on his forehand. Couldn't pull the trigger.
He's holding a stick. What? He's holding a stick. Are you kidding me?
They eventually break up, and the play continues on. 35 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Nachev in his zone.
We're not getting penalties, buddy.
You don't think?
No. We're going to get penalties. They're not going to get any. We're not going to get any power plays. How do you not call that?
Well,
you just hold on to the stick the whole time.
I'm not allowed to. I'm just the announcer. Shot right on off the stick of Makowitz. Puck goes into the corner. Whitrock is taken down under 10 seconds left to go. Krugel over there trying to lend a hand. The puck is still along the boards, 4 seconds left. Makowitz pinches in front, but they never do get the puck out to him as the buzzer sounds, and the second period comes to an end. The Metros get the only goals of that second period. They score twice and lead it 2-0 as the teams make it toward the locker room in the second period intermission. So Gary Scabona, my partner, not very happy with the ratio of penalties so far in this game.
It's ridiculous. Happens every year we come up here. Oh, well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. 2-0 our score. We'll take a break, come back with a second period intermission after this on Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Mom, are you going to let her get away with that?
It's just a shopping cart.
So it's your shopping cart. What's wrong with you? Are you a chicken?
But
Mom, you're such a wimp.
What?
What's wrong with you? Stand up for yourself. Go over there and give her a good smack. Oh. Fight, 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 fight. She's a goon. Give her a taste of her own medicine.
Got a gun?
With those words, David Allen Crockett, a retired police officer who simply wanted to be left alone, finds his seclusion shattered by his friend therapist Ruby Lacoste. At Ruby's request, Crockett agrees to teach one of her clients, Rachel Moore, how to defend herself with a handgun. During the course of those lessons, Crockett and Rachel begin an intimate relationship. When Rachel is found dead from an apparent suicide, Crockett is devastated and tries to slink back into a self-imposed seclusion. But things get complicated when Crockett is contacted by Rachel's aunt, who believes the suicide was staged and claims she has the name of the murderer. Together, Crockett and Ruby begin an investigation that leads them into a world of treachery, deceit, and death. Fear of the Father, Call Me Crockett, the first book in the Crockett series by David R. Lewis. Available as an e-audiobook at Amazon and Audible.com.
Hi. Hey. This kid's potato sack doesn't look regulation to me.
Excuse me?
Well, it's got a wider base. I mean, that's totally unfair to my kid, right? I want to launch a protest. Well, look, it's 2 inches higher, and look at those hand grips. It's not regulation.
Regulation?
Look, you know what else? I want a urine sample from this kid. He looks a little beefy for a 5-year-old. You're going down, buddy.
Welcome back out to the IBP Ice Center here in Sioux City. Joel Becker, Gary Scabona, Kansas City Jets Hockey, Jets and Sioux City Metros with the Metros on top. 2-0 here in the second period intermission. I don't have any highlights to show you. I do have a couple of goals to show you here in this second period intermission. This was the first goal of the game and happened past the halfway point, so we were still scoreless. And this one ends up as a rush, and the puck will eventually get played in front. So we'll see it again here as Graham played it across Hedquist, and Pettersson made the original shot, but unfortunately couldn't come up with that rebound that was put in behind him by Ector, and that broke the stalemate and made it 1-0. The Metros would get a power play a couple minutes later, and they would capitalize on a Dirk Schneider one-timer. And as you can see, the Jets had a couple of opportunities to get the puck out of the zone shorthanded, but they could not do it. Dirk Schneider played it across for Graham, who plays catch with Hedquist, sends it across for that one-timer. And again, we'll take another look at it because this is a really tough It's tough to get this kind of wood, as they say, on a one-timer from all the way across the ice like that. I mean, you can sometimes get a shot off, but to be able to get that kind of velocity on it over the shoulder of Zach Pedersen, and that's how we ended up 2-0 here in the second period intermission. So not exactly what the Jets were hoping for, to go through a couple of periods without managing to get a goal. We will see what ends up happening in the third period. In the meantime, I will give you another Heartland memory from David Lewis. This one, a little love story called Unrequited. Back with more coming up after the story here on Kansas City Jets Hockey on the Jets Hockey Network.
Hi, I'm David R. Lewis. Thanks for dropping by for another Heartland memory on Theater of the Mind. She was a vision, petite with dark brown hair and a page boy cut. Her gentle rippling laugh flitted on the wind like a butterfly, its fragile wings caressing all who heard it with tender purpose. Arching brows highlighted dark eyes that could delight or accuse in the same glance. Eyes that both revealed and concealed, darted and laughed, asking for nothing and full of unspoken promise. She wore no makeup, and it would have been as laughable on her as watercolor on the Mona Lisa. Her dress was simple cotton, ordinary in every way, totally without pretension. She was a new addition to my usual haunts, and from the instant I saw her, I was captivated. The line of her jaw turned my head. The curve of her shoulder held my gaze. The sway of her walk captured my imagination. I had to meet her. I had to be near her. She was the most beautiful woman I had ever seen, and I was more drawn to her than I had ever been to another. Fearful of making a fool of myself, I held back. Afraid of being rejected, I waited. For 2 days, I watched her from afar, immersed in the fantasy of what she might be like, of how it would feel to come to know perfection. Finally, when I could stand it not a moment longer, when I had to make contact in spite of my fear, I worked up my courage and got her a gift. I bought her a Tootsie Roll Pop. Knowing the power they had over women, I made sure the pop was chocolate in chocolate. I carried the succulent morsel in my hip pocket all morning, waiting for the proper moment, anticipating and fearing what fate might hold in store. Finally, at noon recess, I casually worked my way toward her location as she stood talking with a girlfriend beside the monkey bars. With only moments to go before afternoon class started, fearful of waiting another whole day, I thrust the pop in her direction and told her my name. She shyly accepted the offering, looked up at me from exquisite lowered lids, and introduced herself. Diane Drake. Diane Drake. Had there ever been a more wonderful name? Could there ever be? We stood together for the remaining 3 minutes of recess, conversation unnecessary, our spirits entwining, soulmates from the very beginning. When the bell rang, she extracted my gift from the side of her mouth, rewrapped the morsel in its original packaging, put it in her pocket, and smiled at me. "I'll finish it on the way home after school," she breathed. "I live down by the water tower." She turned away and headed for the schoolhouse. I stood as Heathcliff on the moor and watched her disappear into the mist above the heather. The agony of her departure was the sweetest pain I had ever known. That afternoon, after final bell, I rushed outside to wait for her. She saw me when she exited the building and wandered slowly in my direction, unwrapping the remnants of my gift as she came. I walked her home. We sat on her front steps for a while, cementing our bond, creating the tiny intimacies that bind the matrix of any lasting relationship. We were star-crossed. I was certain of it. She was everything I'd ever wanted in a woman. Now, after a lifetime of waiting, it had begun. 4 weeks later, she dumped me. The end of our relationship came as a total surprise. For nearly a month, it had been close to perfect. 5 days a week, we spent most of lunch recesses together. Nearly every afternoon, I walked her home. I didn't skimp on Tootsie Roll Pops. I even gave her an ID bracelet I purchased at Carson's drugstore. Quality jewelry that took almost 3 days to turn her wrist green. I thought things were fine. Then, one overcast evening, she approached me as I waited to walk her home and handed me the bracelet. "I don't want this anymore," she said, her voice dripping with indifference. "And I don't want you to walk me home anymore either." I was crushed. Where did I go wrong? Where did we go wrong? I tossed the bracelet into the bushes and dragged myself homeward, my life without meaning, my future a twisted mass of hopelessness dripping with betrayal. The country songs were right. It really did hurt that much. If I had passed someplace with a flashing neon sign, swinging doors, and a jukebox, I would have gone inside. It wasn't just that she threw me over, although that certainly would have been enough. It was the cavalier way she ended the relationship. We'd been keeping company for nearly a month. Surely the longest relationship of my life. The Tootsie Roll Pops, the bracelet, the time we spent, all of that obviously meant nothing to her. I obviously meant nothing to her. No, I'm sorry. No, it was wonderful. Not even, there's someone else. Just an impersonal dismissal as if there had never been anything between us at all. Had she ever cared? Ever? I slept through the next 2 weeks in the deepest funk I had ever known, watching her from distance during recess, riding my huffy heavyweight past her house whenever I could, hoping to catch a glimpse of her. Needing to catch a glimpse of her. The pain was horrible. The rejection was nearly unbearable, and there was no one to talk to, no one with whom I could share my angst. Alone, I suffered. Hanging around the swings one morning recess, contemplating my dismal life, I was approached by another woman. Strawberry blonde, freckled nose, quick blue eyes, off-center smile. She said hello, told me her family had just moved to town, said her name was Sue Bowman, and asked why I looked so sad. We talked, and before recess was over, I had invited her to the 4th grade spring dance the next Friday afternoon. She said yes. She was pretty, she was funny, and before the bell summoned us inside, she even took my hand and held it for a moment. The only flaw I could see in our relationship, especially at the upcoming dance, was the fact that she was 6 inches taller than I. What the hell? I'd known perfection. Perfection just wasn't worth the pain. At least, that's how it seems to me. I'm David R. Lewis, and that was another Heartland memory here on Theater of the Mind.
Welcome back out to Sioux City, the IBP Ice Center. Joel Becker along with Gary Scamona here on Kansas City Jets hockey. Jets trail in the Metros 2-0. Shots on goal in the first 2 periods, 16-13 in favor of Kansas City, but they have not found a path behind Cameron Patrick, which is something that the team could be somewhat used to at this point, as they had their struggles with that last year as well. So we'll see. They got 17 minutes of hockey to figure it out. Whether or not they're going to be able to do that, we shall see. They have had their chances. So we still have a couple of minutes or so before we get to the 3rd period of play. We'll take a break and come back with Gary coming up after this here on Kansas City Jets Hockey on the Jets Hockey Network. Sorry about that. That's the wrong one. I want to play a different commercial for you, and then we'll be back.
The year was 1881, and young Reuben Baylor was making his way along near the Missouri River, finding work when he could and living the only life he knew. But when he come on old Arliss Height, beat to hell and near shot to death, Rube done what he could for him. He didn't know that act of kindness was going to wind up changing his whole life, but it did. Green as grass, Rube was a long way from being any kind of pistolier or shootist, but when Marshal Marion Daniels come on him and needed help with the Duncan bunch for what they'd done to Arliss, that tussle growed Rube up right quick. He stopped drifting, found friends worth looking up to, and a young woman that was right admirable.
Deer Run Trail by David Lewis. Available as an e-audiobook at audible.com.
Hey, Grandpa, could you teach me to play hockey?
Why, sure, my boy. You may not know this, but your grandpa was quite a player back in the old days. Why, we used to have winters back then, 40, 50 below it was. We'd go down yonder by McGillicuddy's old stock pond. Yes, sirree. And you couldn't walk there. Oh, no. You had to skate 5, 10 miles through the snow.
You skated through the snow?
We didn't have any of those fancy hockey sticks or pads, neither. Just tree branches and a rock. That's the way it was, and we liked it. Now go get yourself a tree branch and come back here, and I'll teach you how to draw blood.
Never mind, Grandpa. There's gotta be a better way.
There is. Kansas City Ice Center offers learn to skate and learn to play hockey classes. For more information, visit kcicecenter.com or call Dean Nelson at 913-441-3033. Sign up today at kcicecenter.com.
That's the way it was, and we liked it.
Welcome back out to the IBP Ice Center. There's your brain trust, the coaching staff of the Kansas City Jets, or most of them anyway.
Yeah.
Where's Maddie?
I think he's putting the sharpener away.
Okay. It's too bad because my skates could use a once-over. Although I don't think my steel fits in the bracket anymore. It doesn't fit in the.
Really?
They're getting to be old skates.
Oh, there you go.
I could buy a new blade.
Yeah?
Actually, I'm thinking about getting a new holder and blade for my other skates because they're much more comfortable.
Yeah.
They're old, the old, full leather stuff. So what do the Jets have to do to score a goal here?
Get one by Patrick.
Well, duh. But why haven't they been able to do that is the question.
I know. I mean, Whitrock had that little opening and kind of went back backhand, forehand, and kind of lost it. And then Deaver had a great opportunity and didn't bury it. So, both their goals were great rebound goals. And that power play was a snipe. And nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, the one-timer.
Right.
I mean, again, to take a puck that was, I mean, and the pass had some pace on it.
Right.
To go from one side of the ice to the other and then get a one-timer that had that much on it, that's not easy to do.
The big thing, we watched replay a little bit. We had a couple guys that were in the middle there. If they had their sticks down instead of up, they might have deflected the puck.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
They had their sticks at the chest area. So, that's something there.
But again, that's us giving up goals. The question is how, I mean, we've played defensively well enough to win this game. What we haven't done is come up with some goals.
Exactly. So, hopefully that's not the story all year. Hopefully Patrick's the one that's keeping us out.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Again, we still got another 17 minutes of hockey here.
If we can get one before they get to 3, I think we'll tie it, Joe.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
You heard it here first.
If they get to 3 before we get to 1, if we're down 3-0, then I would say we're probably not going to be back in the game. So, but we got to get one in the first 5 minutes.
16-13 the shots. That's the game total.
Right.
Jets have the edge, although they have not found one past Cameron Patrick.
He's getting revenge for the tournament. We scored 4 goals and 5 shots.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I will gladly trade losses in the regular season for a playoff victory against the Metros.
We lost to them 3 out of 4 times last year.
I know.
So, yeah, I agree.
I'm fine with that.
And we got swept up here. So, yeah, I agree. It was later in the year when we had a bunch of points already.
So these same 2 teams back at it again tomorrow morning. 9:30 for the JV game and 11:30 for the varsity. And you'll be able to catch all the action right here on JHN.
You probably taped that game.
The
Alabama, Missouri.
I did. So don't let me know. I didn't. Technically, it's YouTube Live that recorded it for me.
There you go.
Same for tomorrow in the Chiefs.
Well, we'll be watching that one.
Yeah, you'll get to watch it, but I'll see it when I get home. I could definitely use a nap after this game is over. I was in Lawrence until past midnight last night after the city showdown because I was out. I mean, the game didn't end until till 10, and then I had to go back to the station and do a few things before. And not to mention, when I got home, I had to do my new commercials for what do you call it? I mean, I actually done the commercials. I just had to put them into this thing.
Right.
But that's an interesting couple of sponsors we have. The nuts and bolts sponsor.
Yeah. Surprising. Oh, you put Edmund. Dodgers put Edmund in center, took off their center field and put Rosa at short. So Dodgers made a lineup change. The Yankees did not.
Okay. Boy, what an end to that game with the walk-off slammer.
Sad.
So, well, not if you're a Dodgers fan.
Sad.
Or not if you don't like the Yankees like almost no one does in Kansas City.
All I'm going to say is sad.
We're underway here in the third period of play. Jets trailing at 2-0. Both teams 5 aside as we get started here. Lemke couldn't get that puck in deep. The Jets do get it in, but they had to tag up, so that should give the Metros a chance to break out to center. They do. Be interesting to see what kind of a style of play the Metros come up with here in this third. In other words, do they sit on their lead and play a very strong defensive game, which usually they do that normally anyway.
Right.
But, but on the other hand, are they going to try and limit any possible offensive chances for the Jets? We shall see. Low ball line out there for Kansas City. Hope will dump it in. Goes back into the far corner. Arnold will send it around. Goodwin, I should say, will send it around. Goes into the Metro's end. He was over there. Now it comes loose out to Harrison. Ibis a shot, and the save by Patrick. And boy, Loba was right there in the crease for a moment. He was on his knees. Not sure if he knew how close the puck was to him.
He tried to swing his stick, hopefully just catching it, but didn't get lucky enough.
17th shot of the game for the Jets. Faceoff will come over to the left of Cameron Patrick. Low ball line stays out there.
We need one of those kind of goals, Joe. A little rebound goal like they got the first one,
Why not? Well, I mean, though, as we talked about before, Hedquist will try and work in a little sweep check that time by Bloom to break that play up. A lot of times those things, though, happen when you outwork the other team.
Right, yeah.
So we'll see what happens here as that goes out to center ice. Trying to catch up with it is Eklund, but it was swatted away from him. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Eklund will dump it in and Hope there. Will glove it down and send it across for his defensive partner. Gets it back and up the near side boards. Bloom is probably lucky he didn't get a interference call on that one, or a check from behind for that matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Goodwin sends it across, comes loose in front. Deaver a shot and a pad save by Patrick. Jack Deaver's had a couple of the best chances of the season for the Jets so far. Bloom in the middle for Loba. Late on a shift, he'll just dump it in. Penny over there. Plays it up the near side boards for Hedquist. Gave it to Fitch as they'll try and work in.
Ibis is still out there.
Fitch off a skate on that shot off of Arnold's skate. Goes back of the Jets net. Elam.
Ibis needs to come out. He's out too long. Here he comes. Coming out now.
As they do clear it up. Now it's going to be Krugel sending it down deep. Dirk Schneider back for it. He played it ahead. Goes off of a Jet stick, so there's no icing here. Metros will chase this down. Behind the net, Graham comes out to the far side, trying to center one, but that missed everybody and goes all the way back into the Sioux City end. I love the back linesman actually had his arm up for icing, even though it was the Metros who shot it back into their own zone. And now we're going to get an offside call. 13:54 left to go here, regulation time.
The ref on the far side is the only one that's calling anything. Linesman. The other guy over here isn't blowing his whistle. Guy with the beard, I don't think.
No, he was also the one that, if you remember, that was earlier. I said that the back linesman had to call an icing himself. That was, it was that same scenario.
Right.
Kaufman line out for the Jets. So Bono sends it in cross corner. And it does appear, at least so far anyway, that the Metros are going to try and go into some sort of a defensive shell and limit the opportunities of the Jets, leading it 2-0. 13.5 minutes left to go in regulation time. Jets come away with it. Ignachev plays it off the sideboards looking for Lemke. It will go on goal. Oh, that was a loose puck.
Ref.
And it was blown dead. It was one of those things where the ref was clearly anticipating that Patrick was going to cover it up and just blew it dead, but he missed the puck.
These guys are horrible.
And Lemke was right there, and boy, he was upset. I don't blame Bennett for being upset that the puck's right there.
That didn't go in, because if that went in, that would have been really upset.
So I think, why are they pulling this puck out to this neutral zone? First of all, they blow it dead when the puck was loose, and now they're putting it out to center ice. I don't get that at all, unless they're saying that the defenseman came in or something. But that doesn't make any sense to me. I have no idea what this is all about. And obviously neither of the Jets, Dane Kaufman and Makowitz, are having a discussion with the linesman. But it's a neutral ice face-off. Puck comes loose, and it's played ahead by Dolman. He plays it in the middle. And now the Jets are going to get a penalty.
Are you kidding me?
Well, it was a hook.
Yeah, but they haven't called anything all day against them. And now he calls everything against us.
So, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. Brody Lee goes off for hooking. I think his argument was that the guy basically skated through his stick as opposed to him actually hooking him.
Right.
But he's not going to win that argument.
No, but it's just ridiculous. It's becoming a joke.
Well, and again, that whole play is that whole situation happened the way it did because they brought the face-off to the neutral zone. Assuming the Jets could have potentially won the draw, the puck wouldn't have been there. There's a shot right on. Good save by Pettersson. And now shorthanded Ibis with a step, trying to work it on goal. Shorthanded all alone. A shot and a big pad save by Patrick as he went forehand, backhand. Good scoring opportunity, but Patrick was able to kick the leg out.
The defenseman was on him just enough so he couldn't get a
he wasn't
good shot.
He was not completely uncontested. He did have a step, but like you said, somebody was in his way. Krugel in on goal, another shorthanded opportunity, and a save by Patrick. He did leave up a couple of rebounds on both of those situations, but shorthanded, the Jets really weren't able to crash the net.
I told Rads, I said it'll be 6-1 before this game's over. Penalties.
Well,
and it's 5 right now.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
You're most of the way there. Jets doing a good job on the penalty kill at least. Minute 5 left to go in the man advantage as Lee off for hooking. The problem, of course, is that it bleeds another 2 minutes off the clock, which is down to 12 minutes, 5 seconds to go in regulation time. Makowitz, he will slam one down the ice. Unfortunately, hit Krugel or Kaufman with that. That probably stung a little bit. Makowitz has a shot, doesn't he? 35 seconds to go in the man advantage. Good job by Kaufman, just ragging the puck and wasting time. Hedquist, Lemke, they go into the corner. Hedquist comes away with it. Dolman in his own zone. Again, the Metros are not, too concerned about the fact that they're not getting a whole lot of offense on this power play because they have the 2-goal lead.
Right.
Dolman will work in on right wing. It was knocked away. A good defensive play by Ignachev, and that should do it for the penalty. 11:10 left to go, regulation time. Jets trailing 2-0. I think they ended up with 3 shots during that penalty kill, and I don't know that the Metros had any shots. A couple of players go down in the corner, slow in getting up. They're still fighting with each other. In the meantime, the puck's straight in front, shot, and Pettersson wasn't sure where it was. Ended up out in the slot area, but Metros couldn't take advantage. Neutral zone. Hitting is picking up a little bit as Shurkus played that in. Loba played him to the point. Now he goes after for the loose puck, or played him to the boards, I should say. And now the puck in the middle deck. Couldn't catch that pass. It's dumped in by Eklund. Now comes loose and Bloom will dump it in. 10:15 to go, regulation time. Now we get a whistle.
Offside?
Yeah, apparently. It's a delayed offsides call. So we will get a whistle and a face-off with 10:13 left to go. That's actually not the worst thing that could happen to the Jets. Gives them a chance to change up lines. It's a neutral zone face-off, but Whitrock line will come out with Deaver and Krugel. They've had some good scoring chances. All three lines really have had their chances. Puck in the neutral zone. It's poked ahead into the Metro's end. Penny over there. He'll play it across. Now the puck is knocked down by Whitrock. He'll try and send it down low. That was picked off by Dirk Schneider. Puck along the near side boards. And the Metros get it to the line, and Shurka's able to get it out to center ice past Goodwin. Now short opportunity the other way, and a shot right on, saved by Pedersen.
I don't think it was a shot. I think he whiffed on it.
Well, I didn't think he got as much as he wanted to, but it did go. It did get to him. So
they're not even going to give him a shot.
No, they don't.
No, they did.
They did. So shots 21-14 in favor of the Jets, but they trailed 2-0 with 9:40 left to go in regulation time here in the third period. This is the opening game of the 24-25 season. Shot, and that was steered aside by Pedersen. They try and play it in front again as Metro's a little dangerous here. Trosper sent it down low. Somebody lost a stick. That was Arnold. Puck comes loose and back the other way. Here's Lee with it. Brody Lee. He will backhand it in, chase after for it. A little chip and chase. Graham, he takes a hit. Goes into the corner. It's picked off by Kaufman in front. A shot. And Patrick, I believe, got a piece of that one. Goes into the corner. Sobanos. He takes his man to the boards, but the Jets center it and went right through the middle, but nobody could get a stick on it. It was just a little too far in front of Bennett Lemke. Back the other way, trying to work in on goal. A shot that was probably going wide off the stick of Hector, but a glove save by Pedersen, and he'll hang on. .851, about half a period left to go, just a little more than that.
Well, preseason we're down by Kinney, Texas 3-0 and 8 minutes ago, and we came back in time. So let's see what happens.
There you go. Precedent has been set.
We got to try something, Joe.
Can we get that team back up here to play the last half of this third period?
You know, that team was pretty damn good.
And here's Lobaugh with the puck. On his backhand will get it into the zone. Followed up by Eklund. Puck still along the near side boards and coming away with his Dolan for the Metros. He'll just work out to center ice, gets to the red line, dumps it in. That goes steered aside by Pedersen. Makowitz plays it up the near side board. Sobanos a shot. That was loose in the crease area. And the Jets able to work it out to center ice. Goes all the way back into the Metro's end. Sobanos there with it. Played out to center ice. Dolman. Ignachev on him. They work in on left wing. Ignachev takes him to the boards. Lobaugh over there as well. Under 8 minutes left to go. Puck along the end or sideboards. Comes out toward the point. It was poked past Sobanos, and now here's a breakaway opportunity. Again, Avison on goal. A shot and another save by Patrick. He looked behind him, wasn't sure where it was. I believe it was in his glove, actually.
He's having a good game.
Well, Patrick is, and so is Harrison Ibis for that matter, but he hadn't been able to bury anything.
Right.
22nd shot of the game for the Jets. Score remains 2-0.
I knew he wasn't going to go forehand backhand because he did that.
He tried it, yeah.
Well, that's how he beat him in preseason on a breakaway, and then that one he stopped. So he was ready for the forehand backhand one.
Well, got to try and keep him guessing.
He barely got it. Just almost trickered the by him.
Yeah, it was close. Well, like I said, he looked behind him. Puck goes into Penny. It was poked away from him by Lemke. They go back of the net. And he center one in front, eluded Kaufman. I'm not sure if somebody got a stick on it.
I think Graham did. He just stole it. It was a good play.
And the Metros will play it back of the Jets net. Comes around to the near side boards. Netley plays it down low, comes loose in front. That hit a stick and ended up high. Then shot right on, saved by Pedersen. Again, he looks behind him, but it's underneath his pads. And we're going to whistle on a face-off with 7:08 left to go in regulation time. According to the scoreboard, shots are 24-16. In favor of the Jets. Now here is Deaver 2-on-1 into the zone with Whitrock. Shot by Deaver, and he missed the net entirely.
No, didn't even look to pass. I don't know if he had it, Lane. I was on my phone here.
Yeah. I mean, he certainly could have. Not the best 2-on-1 I've ever seen. Bloom does a good job keeping it in at the left point. Krugel over there trying to work it free. Thompson will play it down the far board, or near boards, I should say, but Dirk Schneider takes it away and sends it across Dolman into the Jets net. And here's Deaver with the puck. He'll send it left wing for Bloom. Bloom hits the red line. He'll dump it in. Out of the net, Patrick leaves it there. Metros play it around. Shirkus takes a hit. Fans wanted a check from behind. Didn't get any call on that one.
Or an interference.
Well, puck was there. Anyway, the puck comes back out. And here's Makowitz with it. He'll send it ahead for Deaver. Left it for Loba. Trying to work in on left wing. Avoided most of a hit, but the Metros play at the length of the ice. This should be icing. And it will cross the end red line. Icing called against the Metros. Just under 6 minutes left to go in regulation time.
All right. 5 miles. Almost 6.
Nothing in the tank, right?
Nope. You got plenty of time to rest. We don't play at 9:30 tomorrow.
Forecheck, back check, paycheck.
Yeah.
Set the tone.
Yeah.
Face off. Makowitz tried to keep it in at the point. Fitch got it out to center ice. Hedquist back the other way. Ignatiev is back. He gets around him. Backhand shot. Pedersen the save. And he was able to cover it up. The rebound was there in the crease for just a second, but Zach able to cover it up with the glove. 17th shot of the game for the Metros.
Yeah, if you told me we would have 24, 25 shots and we wouldn't have a goal, I would say probably not. But it's happening right now, for sure.
Low ball out to take the draw. They fight for it in the circle. Goes into the corner. Makowitz over there. In the middle, Hedquist a shot right now. The puck comes loose and in the crease. Pedersen able to stop it. I may have hit the post or something. It looked like it got
popped
behind
up
him.
and he just grabbed it.
Yeah. So, you know, Papa Makowitz scored 4 goals in the Z-League championship game.
Woo-hoo! Did they win?
Yeah, they did.
All right.
It was a back and forth game. They needed all 4 of them. Puck set down the ice. That was stopped by Josh Makowitz, who works in. I think he did it just to spite me, by the way.
Were you playing against him?
Yeah.
Yeah, then he did.
Well, it was because I called him a pansy.
Oh, you can't do that.
It was a joke.
I know. But he's bigger than you. Well, maybe. Yeah, he's bigger than you.
I don't know. He's taller than me. I wouldn't know if I would say he's bigger than me.
Well, that's true. Let me put it this way. He's probably more in the bigger sense of physique than you.
Hard to say.
You don't got that.
He doesn't have that.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, not as much of that anyway.
Yeah, right, yeah. You should have
on the other hand, if I
you
fell
should have talked about that tomorrow. He's going to be on the camera.
I know.
Tomorrow
Oh, I know. I saw that. Although we just played against each other Thursday, and our team won that one.
Opening night?
Yeah. No, this is a second week.
Oh, okay.
So. Down under 5 minutes left to go in this one. Jets trail it at 2-0. Bloom trying to play it up the near side boards. Whitrock couldn't get it ahead. They're still fighting for it in the corner. Lane will this time work it free, but he played it in the middle. Krugel had it popped away. And then it is cleared out to center ice by Goodwin. Puck loose. Now Whitrock. He worked ahead with it, but it was taken away Sobanos. Now the Jets, they can't get it in. That was close to being offsides. A shot right on, and a save by Pettersson. It'll cover up. 4:22 left to go here in regulation time. That's a good question between me and Papa Makowitz, but I can tell you this: if I fell on it, it would hurt.
There you go.
Loba out there on the draw. Puck goes into the near corner. Hedquist over there plays it back. Dirk Schneider. His long shot goes well wide. Oh, it pops right back in front. And Pettersson will just cover up. Shots are now 24-20. Still in favor of the Jets, but they have yet to find the back of the net. 4:11 left to go, trailing 2-0. Well, you said that if they can get a goal, it would change the outcome. That's certainly true. That the next goal would be important, but there may not be a next goal as it turns out.
Yeah, there might not be.
Here's Loba with it.
2-0 win on their part wouldn't be surprising.
He overskated. Fitch back the other way for the Metros. Tries to work in. He gets forced to the corner. Goodwin. Now try and walk in front. Will Fitch. He was taken down behind the net.
That was a penalty. See, that was a penalty. That was a trip on us.
Elam.
But they didn't call it, so that's
that's
a penalty.
That should be
can't do that.
Yeah, that should be unsportsmanlike conduct because it was. Clearly the whistle blew.
I think he's putting him in.
He may. Well, that would be a huge penalty.
Yeah,
and it does look like he's going to give him the call.
Yeah.
Because again, although I tell you what, I was not convinced. Now the face-off should go. They're putting the face-off in the neutral zone. The face-off, if it is indeed a penalty, it should go all the way down to the Sioux City Metro end, and then they may do that once they realize it's a penalty.
All right.
But I tell you what, I have to say, just to be in the interest of fairness and full disclosure, I'm not so sure that puck came out to center ice. They did blow it dead for the offsides.
Right, yeah.
But it was right at the line. Although there have been a few plays in this game that I have thought the linesmen were a little iffy in terms of whether or not they got it right. So Fitch is in the box. They haven't put the penalty up on the scoreboard. Now again, I mean, it's possible they could have called a 10-minute misconduct, although if they'd done that, a lot of times they send people off when that happens in the third period, but they shouldn't because he would be eligible. They still haven't put anything up on the scoreboard. I think they're just waiting to. The thing is it's not a 10, and when you shoot the puck after the whistle, it's a 2.
Right.
And again, the penalty, because of the penalty, the faceoff should be.
No, they're going to take him out. They're not giving him the penalty. No, they're taking him out.
They may be sending him out. They may have called a 10-minute misconduct.
No, they're letting him on the ice.
Let's see. Now they're talking to the Jets coaches.
Oh, my God. No, they're taking the penalty away. That's ridiculous.
Well, they never put it up in the
No,
first
he got
place.
talked out of it. He got talked out of it. He got talked out of it.
Boy, that is really pathetic. So, yeah, they're just pulling him out. I mean, he was literally sitting in the box for the entire time. And you know what's even weirder about the whole thing is I think the only reason why the Metros called timeout was because they thought they were killing a penalty.
I don't even know if they called timeout.
Or why the Kansas City called a timeout was because they had a power play. Either way, whichever team called the timeout, they clearly did so based on the.
I don't know if they called timeout. They just let them play.
It could have been. But I mean, I can't can't believe that was all a discussion over whether they're going to call it.
Because the referees were discussing.
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe that was all that. But apparently they have decided not to call anything, a neutralized face-off. So teams are 5 aside, 3.5 minutes left to go.
That's bull crap. He shot the puck after the whistle.
Oh, and not even close. I mean, clearly.
He got talked out of it. It's a joke.
Well, 4-man system.
Yeah, that's horrible. You might as well go down to a 1. Like Mike said, I should be used to it by now. I've been coming here for 17 years.
That is certainly true. Ibis with the puck. Long shot. Patrick the save. Nobody there for the Jets for the rebound. And the Metros play it up the boards. Good job by Ignachev to keep it in. But then it squirts out to center ice. Loba at right wing will backhand it ahead, but he can't get it in deep. So we're down to 2:45 left to go regulation time. You know, that's the thing. I mean, that should have been an opportunity for the Jets, who have had only one power play, and it happened extremely early in the game.
Yeah.
But it should have been an opportunity in a 2-0 game for the Jets to, you know, potentially make it 2-1 for the stretch run here.
Right.
And instead they don't. It's still 5 aside. Shot by Kaufman. Ibis tried to play it in front looking for Lemke. That never got through. And the Metros take over and Graham the other way. They'll try and work in. Left wing pass. And Angola shot that hit the goalpost. That was Hector, who rang one off the far post. Just catch a break there. Here's Kaufman 1-on-3. Metros take it away. Then they took it away from Brody. Lee, Hector again, a long shot. That one goes well wide. Off the end boards and comes out to center ice. Lee will dump it in. We're down to 1:40 left to go. We'll keep an eye on Pedersen over on the far side. Bloom keeps it in. Bloom straight away with the puck. Didn't really have the good possession of it. But then Kaufman delivers the check and keeps it in. Does so a second time. It comes loose in front. Backhand pass by Lemke. Might have actually had a better luck if he sent it over to Bloom on the far side. Now Bloom will get it. His long shot. Patrick the save. Rebound was loose in front for a second, but the Jets couldn't get a stick on it. We're down to 1:10 left to go. Still keeping an eye over on Pedersen, who is still in net for the moment.
I don't think Emerald will take him out.
The 1:02, 1:01, down to the last minute. Whitrock over in the point. He was trying to, but then now he's going to go back in. Hedquist has a breakaway in on goal the other way and a backhand shot, and he scores. You know, the unfortunate thing about that is
it goes
that,
against him.
Yeah, is that he's going to actually get a
shot against him.
Well, and a goal against him. Which honestly, it would have. I mean, it's probably not going to make any difference to the outcome of the game. It would have almost been better had he gone off.
Right.
So there he is on the breakaway, and because again he came back on the ice. It goes forehand, backhand, and nothing he could have done.
I don't know. Patrick made a forehand, backhand save, so.
Yeah. But still, and again, I mean, you know, same sort of a situation where we have a guy clearly shoot the puck in the net, you know, a good couple of seconds after the whistle blew. And instead of the Jets having a power play opportunity, they end up giving a goal in a 5-on-5 situation. Fitch with the puck. He plays it toward the net. Puck goes into the corner. And the Metros take it away. Dolman with it on his backhand, trying to walk in front. Shot and a save by Pedersen. He covers up with 17 seconds left to go. So obviously the Jets are going to lose this game. It remains to be seen if they can do anything in the last 17 seconds, but well, what Coach said before the game was he wanted to see what kind of shape the guys were in. I think you could at least say that they were in good shape anyway. They did not look like a tired team or team that was outworked in this game.
No. I mean, they just capitalized on the scoring opportunities they got, and we didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the main thing, is we just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah.
Buzzer sounds, and this one is now a final. The Kansas City Jets lose their opener of the season.
Sorry, we did
3-0
last year.
to
We
the
did last year
Metros.
too.
Yeah.
To Mason City, so that's okay.
Well, I was just going to say. So once again, I will definitely trade a loss in the first game of the year for a repeat. What do you think?
What are you saying?
I
Good
said
chance for a three-peat? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
If we can.
We got a good team, but Sioux City today showed they're a little better.
So they were at least in this first game. Well, at least they were better at finishing their opportunity.
Yes,
we'll put it that way.
Exactly.
It goes down as a 3-0 final as the Metros beat the Jets in their game open. And so we've played 2 games, JV and varsity, in this young season, have scored a grand total of 1 goal.
Right.
Not going to win a whole lot of games like that.
You know what, Joe? I'm going to say this. Was it 3-0 final?
Yep.
I'm going to hang on. Type in the score.
Okay.
I'm going to say this, and I might be wrong.
Okay.
I'm going to make this prediction right now. The Jets will not get shut out again the rest of the year.
The rest of the year?
The rest of the year.
I'll be happy if it doesn't happen tomorrow.
The rest of the year.
Okay, you heard it here first. 3-0 the final score. Again, tomorrow, 9:30 and 11:30 JV varsity as they continue here in Sioux City. From the IBP Ice Center, it's Joel Becker and Gary Scavona. The final 3-0 Metros over the Jets here on Kansas City Jets Hockey. Thanks for joining us.
What happened to your passing? You gotta support the puck. Do I have to tell you this? And we're getting killed on the board. This is your territory, Grimson. Do your job.
Grimson.
Hello? Hi, honey. What? Now? All right. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Hey, it's my girl. You know, my daughter.
Love. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.